Hey, 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 how's everybody doing? Welcome to Haven Comics Quiz Show, episode 4. That's a karate chop. 4. Glad to have you guys joining us tonight. We should have a fun one tonight. Just as introductions for people who don't know, my name is Josh. I'm with Haven Comics. The box down at the corner might have given that away. And we decided to do a quiz show and give some stuff away because that seemed like fun. And I would like to introduce you now to Mr. Jeremy Bruna, our co-host for the show, also the official realtor of Haven Comics. Yes, you heard that correct, realtor. If you need to buy or sell a house, he's the guy to help you do it. Conveniently, you can find him at Haven Comics. He's also a phenomenal artist, and we'll be digging into some of that here in a little bit too. So welcome, Mr. Jeremy Bruna.
Hey. Thank you for that introduction. I'm doing great.
You're a fan of Daredevil.
I'm always a fan of Daredevil. Daredevil's the best. You know what I like about Daredevil?
Do what?
You know what I like about Daredevil?
What?
All of his superpowers aside, which are, reasonable but low end, his actual superpower is that he can take a punch.
That's true.
That's something I can get behind that.
Yeah, he will stand in and take a punch. Yeah, I'm with you there. That seems to be one of the things he excels at. So
in the show, he said it was not even a superpower, just that he was Catholic. So I'm always like that.
And stubborn, very stubborn.
Yeah.
So since we brought it up, and you are a realtor, how's the realty market here in Huntsville? From what I understand, it's what's the word? Yeah, insane.
Yeah. So I'm kind of programmed, if you ask me that question, to ask if you're buying or selling. It is really hard to buy right now. It is really easy to sell right now. So the house prices are. Don't let me get into like work because I'll talk forever. But house prices are the highest they've been in 20 years in our area. So
awesome.
It's really good if you want to move.
So shall we bring on our contestant this week?
Absolutely.
Our contestant, just to confuse everyone, is another Josh. This is Mr. Josh Harrison himself, president of NAC, and his cat. How are you doing, Josh?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you guys? You gonna say hello to everybody here, Stubbs?
Stubbs. Now, how does the cat come by the name Stubbs?
So he has a busted up tail. He was born with it. It wasn't broken or anything. So he's just got a stubby tail. So when Emily found him and rescued him, she decided to name him Stubby McNubbins.
That's a name, all right.
So he has lots of nicknames, of course, as pets do. Stubby Boy, Stubbs McNubbins.
Wow, that just keeps on going. Poor guy. He looks like he's really broken up about that.
He likes to make an appearance on literally every work telecom. Working from home, they just get used to it. He just jumps up. He likes to just sit here. Like he doesn't really. He just wants to be on camera, I guess. I don't know.
That's the new normal, though. I had a conversation with somebody else, a realtor that was in London, and both of our daughters got on the call, and then the call was just our daughters talking to each other, just saying baby over and over again.
Yeah, maybe he just likes the way that you talk when you're on camera, because our cat, whenever Leslie reads out loud, that cat comes running. And the angrier whatever she's reading sounds, the more the cat likes it. If Leslie's angry, that cat is like, I'm coming. I got to see this. Maybe he just likes the way you talk. Could be. He's like, yeah, it's all right. Plus the pets are pretty good, I'm guessing. Yeah. So let's see who all we got on the comments here already. We got Alan Breedlove at the Breedlove Asylum. Which two are we playing for tonight? That would be 0 of the G.I. Joe comics, not prizes, just things that make me happy. And you know that, Alan. You know that.
One of these days you're going to slip up.
I will not. Never. Alan, his daughter Lily has got a YouTube channel, and she has been doing reviews of comics. She reviewed the Stephen Butler and Lily Butler comic, Fiona McCool and the Hound of Ulster, which I thought I had a copy here, but I don't. She reviewed that last week, and I think she's going to review Goosebumps this week. which we'll be sharing on Haven's page. But that's her own YouTube channel. You guys should look her up and follow her, and subscribe to her channel and get her view on comics. She's really good. She's got a great point of view, and her review of Fiona McCool and the Hound of Ulster was top notch. It was awesome.
Alan, if I send you a copy of my comic, another one, will you cut out the panels or redact it and have her do a review of the redacted version? Because I'm willing to send some comics for that.
You'd have to redact some pretty serious stuff out of that book, man.
I mean, you'd have to redact a lot of it, which it'd just be fun to see.
She'd be like, and then I don't know what happened because it got cut out. That's just hilarious. Owen Anderson, welcome, sir. And yeah, good advice in Huntsville right now. Don't sell unless you already have somewhere to live, because good luck to you. And thank you again for your help with the questions. Owen Anderson is the official question meister for our quiz show, so thank you.
If you have any problems with the questions, you got to take it up.
Apparently, I think Justin forgot to log in as Justin. So that's just Justin, the Triple J threat. That's correct. We are a wrestling trio. You do not want to face in the ring because we are the half ton of justice. Probably easily, I think. I contribute a lot to that. So let's see who we got here. Ruben, how you doing, Ruben? Ruben is all over the Two Brothers Comics site, and he's all over the YouTube stuff in the comic community. So welcome, Ruben. Glad to have you on here. Mr. Aaron Michaels, the official Haven Comics, started as an intern, but he got to go to whatever title he wanted. So now he is our official stage manager at Haven Comics, although he is officially off at school and in college and all that jazz. Good to see you on, Aaron. I want cribs of Josh House and see the collection. I would be digging through a lot of closets. And my wife tells me that I'm not supposed to bring any more comics home.
I'm glad you said that because I wanted to say that. I feel like Haven Comics is just your extra closet.
But people are welcome to come in there. It's all good. Oh, there we go. Yep. Apparently, Lily says she will review your comic, Jeremy.
I'm going to drop that off.
Your redacted
I'm going to let you redact it.
Oh, it wasn't Justin. I inadvertently accused Justin. It was Kaylisa. Sorry, Kaylisa. You didn't have to fess up at all. I would have never known the difference. But look at you. You're such an honest person. Justin Birch, our favorite comic book letterer. Really excited for Snake Eyes Dead Game #2 coming out this week, Justin. And also, I got this book, which is super shiny, so I'm going to pull it out here. But this lettered by Mr. Justin Birch. So, Jeremy, if you ever need a comic book lettered and you need a professional letterer, Mr. Justin Birch is your man.
That's what I was about to ask. Did I just make a new best friend?
I think you may have. Yeah, he's a pro. It's what he does for a living.
That's awesome. Justin, I want to talk to you.
That and he collects toys. You should see them. They're beautiful.
Very cool.
Matt Posey, how you doing, sir? Hope all is well over on your side of things. Hope your Tennessee Volunteers do better for you this week than they did last week. I mean, that was rough, brother. There you go. What are you trying to... here we go. Review of the Department of Truth. Yes, there you go. Truth. The Department of Truth. That sounds like Mike Tyson. It's the Department of Truth. Two Brothers Comics. I'm going to guess that that's Nick, but could be Dustin. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Got the fist bump from Two Brothers Comics.
That's Justin.
I love it. And Posey. Yeah, we hope so too. Hope you have a good week. So we've got our football talk out of the way. We've got a pretty good group of folks here. We actually have an awesome group of folks here. What are the things we're supposed to remind people to do? Smash the button and ring the bell and whatever. If you like it, subscribe to it. If you don't bother. We're not.
You have to physically.
It's all good.
You have to physically assault every button on your computer to follow now. That's the rule. You got to smash things. But hey, so let's introduce Josh Harrison, not Josh Olive. tell us a little bit more about you. Tell us a little bit more about Knack.
Tell us how you got suckered into doing this.
Yeah.
Well, so I have a long-standing relationship with both Josh and Jeremy. I actually bought my house from Jeremy, so I can vouch for the fact that he is an excellent realtor.
Thank you.
Josh and I have been friends actually since early college, like my original OG college days. We met when we were both working in the writing center at UAH back in the, we'll just say late 90s, early 2000s, keep it vague. But it's been a long time, been a good, excellent friendship over the years and everything. As I mentioned, I'm the president of the North Alabama Cosplayers Club. As you could imagine, we're not super active at the moment, considering the world circumstances, but on a normal basis, you could catch us hanging out at conventions, particularly the local ones, and then some of the bigger regional ones like RomoCon and DragonCon. You can catch us running the costume contests typically at Huntsville Comic and Pop Expo. We did so virtually this year in order to be safe, but normally you'd find us on site there doing that at our favorite local show, the Expo, as well as down in Birmingham for Magic City Con. And then you can find our presence and or participation in various other cons around the area as well. So if you're into cosplay, go on Facebook and check us out. There's a join button on our public page if you want to become a regular cosplayer. I think we're pretty much up to being the largest cosplay organization in the state at this point, although we're
very cool.
Very
pretty much. I think you really are. I mean, I don't think anybody's competing with that.
Josh, I have a
quick question for you. You guys still do the thing with superheroes and hospitals and that kind of thing? I mean, not right now, obviously, but that's another thing you guys do, right? You've got superheroes that go into the hospitals and stuff.
We do. We have a specific subgroup actually called NAT Cosplay for a Cause. It's where we do all of our charitable cosplay activity. We do have a relationship with the child life specialists at Huntsville Hospital and the St. Jude's Clinic here in Huntsville. We do have a visiting relationship with them, but obviously, as you mentioned, we're not doing that at the moment either. But yeah, we do. We use that whole group as a subgroup of our main group, where we kind of do all cosplay and all things. But we have a specific subgroup to do those charitable activities. Supported other things like some of the cancer raising events and some of the superhero events that have happened at breweries or the live balds at Straight to Ale, things like that.
Rock on. That's awesome. This is what I forgot. Dustin put it very clearly. That's what you got to do. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those things, and then people will find us. And then one day we'll make money doing this. We're supposed to make money at my comic book store too. I'll let y'all know.
Hey, Josh, I want an official title from Haven Comics. I've been around long enough. I feel like I need an official title of some kind. You don't have to say it. I come up with one.
Yeah, that's true. We do need to come up with one for you. I think. Yeah, we'll have to ponder that. For anybody who doesn't know, this is the funny thing about Josh and myself. Both named Josh, obviously. Both left-handed. Both have a brother named Matt, who is the same number of years older than we are. Went to the same college. Our dads were both preachers. The list goes on. It's a long list. So it's like the whole Kennedy-Lincoln thing, I think. There's too many similarities. He's from another dimension. We somehow got stuck in the same universe.
Which one of you is 616 Josh, and which one of you is Ultimate Josh?
He's Omega Josh.
Yeah, Ultimate Josh is an entirely different person.
That was already taken. I'm pretty sure the way you know that the universes were widely disparate is he came down on the Auburn side of the fence, and I came down on the Alabama side of the fence.
Yeah, I'm obviously the good one.
Yeah, it's essentially pretty much. Pretty much. That's how it goes.
Josh Harrison is the cosplay hero of Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. So that's an official statement from the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. That is a big, big award there.
Mark it on the calendar, you guys. I have made it.
Are you going to be all the pictures in the calendar? How's that going to work? I want to be July. That's all I'm saying.
Of the Josh calendar, do you all have to be Josh's?
Yeah. We'll just alternate months, Josh.
That's a horrifying idea. That's a terrible idea that could work.
Do you guys do any kind of cosplay calendar? That would be really cool.
We've never done that before. I mean, I know there are people that do them, and individual cosplayers that make calendars and sell them, but we've never done that as a group or anything. We're not really that organized in terms of other activities like that. We typically, are most active at conventions and stuff and various events. But it's a lot of work to organize and create something like that. So
I would guess.
There's a limit to what we can do on an all volunteer after work kind of basis.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I do have one question I want to ask you before we get into our trivia show.
Shoot.
I consider myself a vampire of other people's hobbies. I am way more interested in how somebody gets into something and why somebody likes something. Tell us. So cosplay is an expensive hobby, but I feel like the people that get into it, they love it. So what got you into it?
Well, so I was always a really big Game of Thrones fan and fantasy fan, and I found out that Hodor was going to be coming and performing a show as his normal day job, which is being a DJ. And so he brought his Rave of Thrones show to Nashville several years ago, and I decided I wanted to build a costume for it. And at the same time, actually, the people from Haven Comics, Kaylisa and her husband Mike and a few other people convinced me that I really, really needed to go to Dragon Con. And so
they might regret that now, but
so during that same year, I started making costumes for Dragon Con, and then ultimately my big goal was to make this costume for Rave of Thrones. And so that's really what got me into it. My favorite character, to answer the question that just came up there, is obviously Hodor from Game of Thrones. That's actually what I'm known for. So much so that one time I was literally standing in the middle of Chick-fil-A in Huntsville and not in costume, and I hear someone behind me go, "Hodor?" Turn around.
And
they recognized me from a convention. This was a stranger. This was not somebody that I knew. It was not a friend. And so that's one of my favorites. That's what I'm really known as. But ultimately, that's why I did it. I was just wanted to go to this show for Rave of Thrones, and so I decided to build a accurate Hodor cosplay, complete with my fake doll brand, and take it
it's
up.
It's not creepy at all.
Yeah. It's a pretty funny story, actually. If you go into a store and you say that you're looking for a 10-year-old boy mannequin in leather straps,
I would guess that would get you some weird looks. But you also made an Iron Throne.
I did. That was the next year's big project, actually, is my buddy James Curley and I, who works at an architecture firm, decided to build the Iron Throne. And because once I went to Dragon Con, I was hooked, right, on cons and cosplay and everything. And then the experience of the show, if you ever go look at my Facebook page, my banner is still a photo of me fist bumping Hodor in my Hodor costume while he's DJing. And I don't know that I will ever change it because it was kind of what I would describe as a turning point in my life. So that's pretty much how I got into it, Jeremy. And I've been... as Kaylisa said, they created a monster. I've been loving it and consuming it ever since. So.
That was a very cool story.
Yes. So you're here. Social hour's fun, and I dig it. But you're also here to answer questions and win prizes. So I think we should look at what are the prizes this week. What do you think? Can we go to our prize cam?
Let's bring up our prize cam,
which is lovingly manned by. Boom, prize cam. What all have we got there, Jeremy?
So we've got a Captain America #1 variant. We've got an International Iron Man #1 variant.
That's the hip-hop variant, which those are hot as all get out right now.
We've got my comic book. We've got a Michelangelo model. We've got a Darth Vader card game. We've got a new piece of art that I'm pretty excited about. We've got Yoda eating a frog. I always call him Yoda. He's not Yoda. He's the child. But he's Yoda to me in my heart. And then the grand prize we have is Orcs, which is a board game. Josh, do you know anything more about that?
I know that it's about orcs. And having Josh on, is a big fan of fantasy books and Game of Thrones and Dungeons and Dragons, I think Orcs is perfectly appropriate. And we've also got some stickers there, too. Looks like we have some stickers that were donated by our friends at Geek Out Huntsville.
So we've got a whole sticker pack there along with a Haven Comics sticker. Some of those stickers are really cool, like that 80s inspired one right there.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Well, let's go ahead and play for the sticker pack.
Let's
the way
do
this
it.
game works, let's see here. The way this game works is if Josh wins the prize. If Josh doesn't get the answer right, then the first person to answer it from the comments is going to win the prize. So whatever prize we're playing for, you in the audience, you're playing for it too. Josh, we're on the honor system. Don't cheat. But whoever is in the audience that answers most quickly here, whoever has it first, if Josh doesn't get it, then you do.
Hey, Ryan Williams, Mr. Comics and Death Metal himself. Welcome, sir. Glad to have you in the house. Now, let's bring up some people and ask some questions. Now, this is all weird. I know we're interchangeable, but come on.
All right. I'll go ahead and do the first one. We're playing for that sticker pack, all right?
All right, let's
go.
go.
Hang on. There is a shiny Haven sticker. Like so. Ooh.
Is there a magnet too?
There is also a magnet, like so. It's the same size as the sticker. And because I'm a complete lunatic, I don't have it up here with me. But we're mailing out a lot of packages these days. And I got some Haven Comics packing tape.
Oh, you fell for the tape?
The dumbest thing in the world. But it was super cheap, so I couldn't help it.
And he wonders why his comic store is making money.
I want some of those magnets. Let's talk about those magnets. How much do they cost and how do I get them?
The magnets are $3, and they look great on a refrigerator or apparently motorcycles. A lot of people are telling me they're putting them on motorcycles and Jeeps.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's
I got
pretty nifty
space on my filing cabinet for it, so that's where it's going to go for me.
There you go. That works too.
All right. So, Josh Harrison.
Hang on, I'm
Josh
being
Olive.
chastised. Apologies, Mr. Michaels, for whatever I said.
You just call me Hodor if it's easier.
All right.
Hodor.
Question one for the sticker prize pack.
Yes, sir. You're going to need to get in the zone. I know we're distracting you. What members only gang of bad guys could you find Zartan leading on Saturday morning cartoons and in comic books?
Oh, man, this question was made for me. And that organization is Cobra.
Oh, man. Go a little deeper. What specific Cobra branch does he run?
If it helps any, think chocolate-covered donuts and grape soda. And terrible British accents.
Thanks for not helping, John.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
That should be a big help.
I don't remember.
All right. You got it mostly right, so I think you won the Haven sticker. But for the rest of the prize pack, what members-only gang band of bad guys could you find Zartan lead? I'm going to just... What gang does Zartan lead inside of Cobra? Josh, you know the answer to this. Josh Olive.
Yeah, I do.
I'm not a G.I. Joe guy, so I just want to make sure this question makes sense to someone who is.
Owen writing this question clearly was throwing me a bone, and I appreciate that. But secondly, the very first comic book I bought, G.I. Joe number 35, that I bought off the rack, featured this group.
We don't have anybody in the comments saying anything.
There we go.
Chad Norwood got it. The Dreadnoks.
Chad Norwood for the win. You got yourself some Geek Out Huntsville stickers. Swing by Haven. We'll have those there on Saturday. You can pick them up on Saturday. All prizes will be available for pickup on Saturday.
I'm just writing them down. Make sure we get everybody their prizes.
The Dreadnoughts. I love it. Dreadnoughts. It's not Dreadnoughts. It's Dreadnoks.
So everybody at home, stay on your toes because you have just as much opportunity to win here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, what
Please explain, John.
The Dreadnoks always, that's their thing. Because in comic books, I guess it's not cool to drink beer and eat pizza when you're a product based on a toy that you're sold to kids. So the Dreadnoks part of their deal was they always wanted chocolate donuts and they drink grape soda. That was their thing. I will shoot you so hard, Justin. That is not cool, brother.
I appreciate you, Two Brothers. I was up on the cartoon more so than the comics myself.
I want to circle back to what Kay Lisa said. So they were juggalos.
Before Juggalos, yeah. The Juggalos were based on them.
Oh, man.
Not true at
That's
all.
good.
But yeah, no, the Dreadnoks were like the world's worst biker gang. And they all had terrible British accents. And they loved donuts and grape soda. That was their thing. And they talk about it incessantly. It's like that's how you knew that they were Dreadnoks. Like, oh, I got me donuts and grape soda.
Like Sonic and his chili dogs.
There really should have been that should have been included, Josh, in that episode of Community where they did the dungeons.
Yeah,
that would have been a great scene to throw in there for the Dreadnoks.
Yep, that's true. That's true. So, all right. So we got question number 1 out of the way, and that was nice of you to be cool with all the people there and throw them a bone right out of the gate. Now this one may be a tough one. I don't know.
I wouldn't get this one right.
We have some tough ones in here. There's no lie. So we'll just see how this goes for you. All right.
All right. So what are we playing for? Typically, real early on, we're going to play for my comic book. Does that sound good?
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so let's cut to the prize cam here. This is the most recent comic book that I have produced. I sent it out into the world, like March, April-ish. So,
something like that, yeah.
Josh, I don't know if you have it yet, but it was not professionally lettered. So if anybody needs to reach out to me about that, I would love to hear more.
Yes, Justin Birch, if you're watching, not professionally lettered, but for future endeavors, would like it to be.
I may or may not have another comic book in the works right now. So I may or may not need professional lettering.
That's so pretty.
So I'm
glad you opened to a family-friendly page.
Yeah. There's not that many not family-friendly pages.
Not that many, true, but there are some.
There might be one lizard phallus in the entire book. Just one.
Well, there's also an iffy little scene there where some things are happening in that first story, too.
All right.
I forgot. We need to give a special shout out to our prize cam operator, which we now have an official prize cam operator, Miss Lindsay Brunoff. Thank you so much. That's our Canadian is the only one capable of manning the prize camera in a fashion that actually shows off the prizes.
Yes, I have failed to this point. I admit it. But
I called him backup since I missed the question.
do not give Mr. Justin Birch a hard time now. Come on, brother.
All right.
So question number 2, and this is a tough one, but this is you're getting hit because our previous weeks were a little on the easy side, so I apologize.
Yeah, you can blame Jeremy Long. He did this.
That's why he was trying to butter you up earlier.
I see.
All right, so question number 2. Where is the DC character Mon-El forced to live in order to survive after being poisoned by Superboy? Where is the DC character Mon-El forced to live in order to survive after being poisoned by Superboy? That's a tough one.
I would not get this. There's no shame in not getting this.
I'm pretty sure it's
not Chicago. I will tell you that.
It's not Chicago.
I honestly don't know, so I'm going to guess.
Can I give you one hint?
Yeah.
Superman banishment. Chris B's trying to help you. Arab, Alabama.
No, he's trying to survive. It's not a he doesn't want to go somewhere he's going to get his butt kicked.
All right, I have no idea, so I'm just gonna go with the Dungeon of Wayne Manor.
That's A
Read that,
place.
actually. I would read that. And there was a book that wasn't too far off, actually, where Bruce Wayne was keeping the Joker in a prison under the Travis Goodwin.
I think Travis got it first. I saw that pop up first, and then I saw some other people pop up before him. So I'm not sure exactly how that works.
Yeah, he was the first one I saw too, and then two others popped up.
So
that was odd, but
Superboy exposed him to lead, which poisoned him, and the Phantom Zone keeps him alive. So
Superboy hit him with a pencil, and that was it.
You know,
now
I gotta say,
to live in the Phantom Zone with your grape soda and your chocolate donuts.
I'll
never survive.
I feel like if he was a more popular character, they would have fixed it.
Maybe that's DC's big plan for the future. They're like, we've got to bring back Mon-El. Get him out of the Phantom Zone. We must.
Travis Goodwin, you just won my comic book. Congratulations. That is not self-aggrandizing at all. I don't mean congratulations in any way, shape, or form to self-aggrandize my own comic book, but you won it. Congratulations. So.
All right. We hit you with a hard one there, so let's see if question number 3 is a little easier.
Okay.
All right. Get in the zone. This is going to test you.
Is it the auto zone?
Okay. I'm glad you said that because we got to check on a prize here. All right. So let's play for International Iron Man #1. This is a variant comic book.
Yep, that is the hip-hop variant. Those things are wildfire right now. The hip-hop variants.
That's what we're playing for. International Iron Man #1. Okay.
I'm singing it in my head right now.
That was a good one.
In Game of Thrones, what was Hodor's real name?
See?
Willis.
Willis? Okay, so you're a way bigger Game of Thrones fan than me. Does he have more than one real name? I'm gonna look this up real quick.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. That's awesome.
That's the actor. That's not what I want. I'm getting something else, and I'm getting it from GameOfThronesFandom.com. What'd you say?
I could have sworn it was Willis.
I'm getting Walder.
Oh yeah. That doesn't sound right to me.
Well, Walder is all the Frey kids.
Mm-hmm.
Walder Frey and all his kids named Walder and Walda and Waldetta and Walderine.
Walderine.
I think Jeremy Long may be right.
What do you say?
Full name Haldor, yeah.
Middle name the. Uh-oh. I'm afraid to ask.
It's Willis in the book?
Yep.
Oh, man. I don't know what to do here. I feel like we screwed you over.
Well, I feel like maybe they should both get a prize.
Okay, awesome. What do we do for the backup prize, which would be Peter Lewis?
See, I don't think they ever said his name in the show at all. I think you would have to have read that from the credits or something. I don't remember him saying that.
I think like they had old Nan
did they? I can't remember.
talk to him or something in one of those maybe it was the episode that things went really bad for him there at the end, and you got to see young Hodor. I think she may have like called him or said his name, something like that. But rip the book in half. No, thank you. So I have something. I don't know if you would be interested in this, Josh. See,
they messed everything up. They changed it for TV.
They messed up so much. But we do have, if you are interested, a Domo bottle opener. Do you need a bottle opener of Domo yelling?
Are you talking to me, Josh?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Who doesn't need a bottle opener?
Well, then your prize can be the Domo bottle opener.
Sure.
It's got some heft. I mean, this thing is very heavy.
Good. You made me feel like I didn't know my Game of Thrones there. I'm pretty sure it was with us.
You know, Kaylisa brought up, okay, Josh, I love your sparkling personality. Sparkling. It's fun to be around you.
I'm a vampire.
Not that kind of vampire. I know that.
I gotta admit, when you said his name was different, I was just completely thrown. I've never seen Game of Thrones once. I've never read a page of the book. I've never seen an episode. I know I've got my nerd credits just like dying on the show, but I've never seen it.
I'm very disappointed in you, Jeremy.
Right? Man, I've been trashed over and over on this show because I don't like
book
football.
5 at the end of book 5.
So yeah, you were right, but also the show is wrong. So yeah,
the show isn't wrong so much as they just changed the rules.
Statement after season 1 compared to the book.
Yeah, it went a totally different direction there. So yeah, we got 2 prizes on that. Have you logged that?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Cool. All right. So
Josh,
what is our prize going to be for our next question?
Well, let's cut to our prize cam. Let's see. I think we should play for Captain America #1. That is also a variant comic. That is John Romita Jr. And Josh, Olive, I don't ever know what #1 means anymore.
Oh, that's easy. It means whatever they want it to mean at the time.
So this is probably Captain America 550. But
yeah, I just had one where it's a 9-part series. It's got a beginning. The middle parts are all cut over a whole bunch of different titles, and then it's got an ending. The first issue that kicks off the story was #1, and the last issue that ends the story was #1.
Why?
I raised that issue with the publisher, and they were like, that's problematic for you? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so for Captain America #1, how many rings does the One Ring control? One ring to rule them all. How many rings is encompassed in them all? I know you know this. You just got to think about it.
20.
Now that's interesting.
If you're counting the 1, 20.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
I knew where you were going with that, and yes.
I mean,
you've got how many for the elves?
So 9 for mortal men,
plus
9 for mortal men, 3 for the dwarf lords, and 7 for the elves. Is that right?
That's the other way around.
7 for the
3
dwarves.
for the elves, 7 for the dwarves, and 9 for men. Yep.
Good job. I would not have known that because I also haven't seen that show.
Plus the ring controls itself, so it's 20 technically if you count it. Which
Josh Harrison and I do have a standing, I'm going to call it a date, to watch Lord of the Rings that has just never made it on the calendar.
Yeah, that needs to be corrected ASAP. I mean,
As soon
I literally have the One Ring right there.
Lord of the Rings, man, that's my stuff right there. That's the good stuff. And that was, I have to say, there were many changes, and there were a lot of things left out that I would have not left out. Some things they left out, I would have left out. But I thought the movie adaptations of the Lord of the Rings films were spectacular, and I love them.
Agreed.
I mean, they're on my list. So that's not like everything else where I'm just like completely oblivious to all culture. They're on my list.
You can just come to the house. We have all of them, Jeremy. We have all of them. All of the editions, all of the regular, all of the
You've got to watch the extended editions because they're so much better.
Is the Silmarillion worked into all of those, or is it a separate movie now? I mean,
The Silmarillion actually, thanks to Christopher Tolkien's death, Amazon has the rights to the Silmarillion, and they're working on a series.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're working on a Lord of the Rings series right now for Amazon. It's going to be great, I hope.
Like a TV show? Not okay. I read that like they were making more books, and I was like, what do I do with that info?
No,
I don't think it's going to be any content from the Silmarillion, though, right, Josh?
There is actually, yes.
Is there some? Okay.
Yeah. That just makes me think of where there's a whip, there's a way from the old cartoon.
Animated Boschke versions, man.
Yep, that and Frodo of the Nine Fingers and the Ring of Doom.
Just love that. Where there's a whip, there's a whip.
Oh, good Lord. There's a sequel to Borat.
Oh, yeah. It's about to come out. Seriously. They're going to release it on home video. And there's supposedly some standing politicians who got included and are going to be really embarrassed.
That's hilarious.
That's what I heard anyway.
That's great. I hope. I want to see that.
Yeah,
Wow.
the title of it is great. It's something like Borat makes illegal donation to America for benefit of Kazakhstan greatness or something. I mean, I don't remember exactly what that is.
Oh, wow.
It's a really big, long title, just like the first one.
Apparently it comes out on the
It's coming out
23rd.
soon, yeah.
Aaron Michaels is our source for all things cinematic, which we appreciate. That's what he's going to school for, so he has to know. For him, that's like history. He's got to know that stuff. All right, so now are we now at the obligatory Canadian question?
Yes.
So that's for our $25 Haven gift card, right?
Yes, I want to rep Canada.
So Josh has
They
to
produce
sing "Oh
a lot of
Canada."
great
Go ahead,
stuff.
Josh.
Josh, can you sing "Oh Canada"?
I mean, I can sing the words "Oh Canada," yeah.
Oh, Canada, my home and native land. That's about all I know, but
True patriot love. Never mind. I'm done.
in all thy son's command, right?
Yeah, my wife and I sang that to our baby today.
Aw.
Anyway, yes. So my wife is Canadian. I have spent some time in Canada, and I've grown a great love for it. Also, we don't realize how much cool stuff comes from Canada. So
I told you.
that's the name of the movie.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, that's brilliant. I just want to see the title.
Thank you, Aaron Michaels. That was definitely.
Oh.
You know what's
Oh,
cool though?
Aaron.
Like before, you would have said home video, and I would have written it off. But now, like that's everything. The best stuff comes to home video.
So we just had a camera. We just had the Canadian flag waving over here. I just wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Yep. There we go.
So for the Canadian question, Josh Harrison, you cannot play. This is just for the audience.
Okay.
And that's actually one of the prizes that we don't have in the prize pack here because that is a $25 Haven Comics gift card. So, man, Jeremy Long, you gave the answer away. So, in the audience, you guys are playing for $25 at Haven. You can come in, spend it to your heart's content. First one to answer this question wins. Okay? Don't cheat. Before becoming a TV superstar and a regular guest on Cartoon Network's Robot Chicken and a number of superheroes in a number of productions, what Canadian-born actor made his film debut in Saving Private Ryan?
I know this one.
We got one good answer here, double. That's pretty close, Kaylisa. We've got some people trolling me in the comments. Not yet. Aaron, it is not Seth Green. I'm going to ask again. What Canadian-born actor made his film debut in Saving Private Ryan? He is a TV superstar. I'm going to throw some quotes up on that. He's a regular on Cartoon Network's Robot Chicken. I'm going to start naming some other things that he's done, right? He may or may not have been in a Joss Whedon production. That was a web show I blanked on it. Man, he may or may not have been Castle. He may or may not have been in...
He was in a very brief-lived show called Drive.
Yeah, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I cannot believe I haven't seen the right answer to this pop up yet. This is
another wrong answer there. Another wrong answer.
I can't play. I know.
He flew the freaking. Oh! Y'all are killing me. You're doing this on purpose.
Ah, we got it. There we go. I saw Aaron pop up first. Aaron, did you cheat? I don't think Aaron cheated.
I don't think Aaron would cheat. I think Aaron just loves Canada.
We also got Relove Asylum popped up after, but I
love the waving flag. This is my favorite.
Aaron, you won. It is Nathan Fillion, who what superheroes has he actually played? The God, I blanked on it. What is the one he did with Neil Patrick Harris?
He was Captain Hammer.
Captain Hammer, yeah. I love that. I used to listen to that over and over.
Yeah. That was a good one.
You always get him when you want a joke superhero, though.
He's currently in the TV show The Rookie, where he plays a rookie cop. He did not cheat.
But he's like old, right?
Right. That's part of the whole deal. They're like, dude, you're really old and you're a what? How does this work? But yeah, that was surprisingly slow, everybody. I was Barry Pepper, though. That dude is a good actor. I like Barry Pepper. He's good.
Kaylisa told me the title here, the web series, Dr. Horrible. I heard that they were going to do a sequel to that. Yeah. Yeah. That was a fun.
Yeah, Firefly is the best. Absolutely.
It was a brown coat. Next up,
on the losing side, I wouldn't say it was the wrong one.
Oh, man. So next up, Josh, it is your turn, but what are we playing for? Let's cut to our prize cam.
Prize cam!
Let's play for our Ninja Turtle model set there. So this is Michelangelo. It looks like it's probably at a younger child's level, but who knows? You might enjoy it as an adult. Nobody knows. We're not going to judge. We're not your boss. But it might be something for a kid or a friend. Who knows?
All right. So you ready?
I'm ready.
This is tough stuff, man. This is tough sledding here. All right. On what planet was the Soul Stone hidden in the Infinity War movie? First of all, have you seen Infinity War?
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the planet where the Soul Stone was hidden and where we lost a couple of people because that was tragic and sad?
I mean, yeah. Can I access it out of my memory banks currently? No.
I'll give you a hint. It sounds like somebody who wanted the ring from Frodo. Which I saw a funny joke about today that made me laugh.
You got a hint in the comments. It's the purple planet. I don't even know if the planet is purple.
It was pretty purple.
So that may or may not be right.
I don't remember, guys. I don't remember the name of it.
We do have a right answer in the comments if you want to seed.
Yeah, sure. Give it to him.
All right. Aaron Michael says it's Vormir, which is correct. That's the right answer.
Do not visit there. Bad things happen. Not where you want to go on vacation. So Aaron got a gift certificate and a sprue kit of Michelangelo. That's pretty awesome. That'll be good decoration for his apartment.
Yeah, you should have said rhymes with full of arrows, Josh.
Yeah, the joke I saw earlier today was he says, if you would but lend me the ring. And Frodo says, no. And he says, the name is Boromir, not Steelamir.
Before we go trashing Vormir's tourist economy, I do want to say we only saw one mountain. That might be a really lovely place. We have no idea.
Who was hanging out on that mountain? Come on.
I mean, Red Skull was in Earth forever. Does Earth suck? I mean, maybe, yes, okay, so my logic is bad. But we just don't know.
I guess that's true.
Kaylee?
So what's our next prize?
Lisa says Aaron's going to get banned for being too good at this. You know, I wholeheartedly believe Aaron's just good at this. So,
We might just want to have him on to ask the questions, help ask the questions. That would keep him from being able to play.
We should get Owen on
promoted.
sometime. We should get Owen on sometime, and we should have Aaron write the questions for Owen.
Dude, I'm game for that. We should do that.
That would be fun. All right, so let's cut back to our prize cam. What are we playing for? It looks like we have, let's see, how many questions do we have left?
I think we should go for the original art back there.
Let's do that. Let's go ahead and hold that up. All right, this is something I'm pretty proud of. This is a newer drawing that I've done and was professionally colored by Panat Sunsuwan, who is a longtime collaborator with me at this point. I did this as a challenge for just a little 30-day drawing challenge that I did. And I really liked it. So I made some prints of it. And I might actually want some opinions here. I'm thinking about making that the cover of my sketchbook this year.
That would be a good cover. All those people reaching out for it.
Let me show everybody real quick. You can drop it in the comments whether or not that would make a good cover for a sketchbook. And when I say sketchbook, it's a portfolio I do every 2 years. So,
I know Alan Breedlove loves him some Dr. Fate, so yeah.
Drop in the comments whether or not you think that'd be a good cover. Okay, so that's what we're playing for right now. And then the question, it's my turn, right? Blank.
Yes, it is. In
Rick and Morty, both of them, what game do they both play when they visit the arcade Blips and Shits? Am I saying that right? That's a very obscure question, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know. And my buddy that just joined to watch us is going to be so embarrassed because he loves Rick and Morty, and I have no idea because I've only watched like one episode of the show.
That's one more than I have.
He needs to drop an answer in there real quick so claim the prize.
John, if you're on, here's your chance, buddy. You wanted to win a prize. Go for it.
In Rick and Morty, what game do they both play when they visit the arcade Blips and Chitz Shits? I gotta answer you, man. Like I would not know this. There's no shame in not knowing this.
Is it Miss
You have
Pac-Man?
the right answer in the comments.
I'm guessing it's not Miss Pac-Man.
My buddy is messaging me that he's so mad at me for not getting this question.
Why isn't he answering
He
it?
knows I haven't watched it. I don't know why he's mad.
You said his buddy's name is John?
Yeah.
Got it. I think somebody else answered before him. I think Peter said.
I didn't know that was the right answer because I didn't know. I've never seen an episode of the show.
I've seen like 4 episodes of it. I have no idea what's going on ever. The game is Roy, a life. You live a life from start to finish. So you've got a life well lived. So the game is to live your life well in a video game. Never heard of it personally. I'd play that game. Just I'm in every game I ever play. I'm very chaotic. So
I would lose that game. You are chaotic. Have you played any RPGs with him, Josh?
With Jeremy?
Yeah.
No.
That dude is chaotic neutral to chaotic evil.
I am
His
a straight
favorite thing
hobo.
is to drop a hand grenade in the room and walk out. Like while everybody's formulating a plan, he is Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Well, when it's safe, we should rectify that and do a game together with the Haven.
Just be prepared for some like dark and stormy stuff to happen because it will.
People don't let me live it down. It's bad.
He's a chaos engine.
All right, so for this one, it was Peter Lewis, and he won my original. Well, I want to say original, but it's a print of an original art piece that I've done. So that is a Doctor Strange print. And I saw one comment in the cover or comment about it being a good cover, so that might be it.
There were several people who were commenting on that if you follow the stream. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I might have been too busy reading that question. All right.
So what is our next prize?
All right. So what about this Star Wars Darth Vader card
Darth
game?
Vader card deck?
Or we also have, let me save that for question 9. We also have over here the child eating a frog.
We do. I love, this is an innovation I'm totally on board with, is the prize cam. Lindsay, you're a genius. That, I have to admit, that makes me laugh. I think we should do that prize because that's a fun one.
Yeah, I want that one. Let's do it. Who
Well,
doesn't want Baby Yoda?
And that's coming back soon. That's coming back at the end of the month, right?
Yeah, he should be a little bit bigger this year, so maybe he's up to bigger animals. We'll find out. maybe he eats like a tiny mudhorn. Probably not. All right, so here's your question, and this one I don't think is insane, so you might just. All right, so what pop culture icon voiced Shaggy on Scooby-Doo and Robin on Super Friends? Who is the voice of Shaggy on Scooby-Doo?
Matthew Lillard.
No, the cartoon, dude. The old cartoon.
I'm not wrong.
No.
And Robin on Super Friends.
And Robin on Super Friends.
Casey Kasem.
Nailed it.
You are correct.
He voiced Shaggy for 40 years. Yeah, wow, I can't
That's
imagine.
a long time to have the munchies.
So, you won this Yoda eating frog. I cut back to the prize cam because there's a lot of action going on here.
Yeah, that's way more interesting to look at than we are.
I'm pretty excited about that win, y'all. I like it.
That's a good one.
Wait a minute. This is a revelation. What is that?
Yeah.
Norville? No wonder he's stoned and calls himself Shaggy. I would too. Norville. That's terrible. Wow. Good job on that, because that was good. And nice sneak in with the Matthew Lillard. Who's an underrated actor? The man's got range. He's good.
He really is.
Jinkies. All right. So our next prize is what, Jeremy?
So we're going to play for the Darth Vader card game here. And if the prize cam would turn that around, I think it is like a self-playing, like a self-contained unit. You can play with just this. And I think it's going to be, a nostalgic event for you if you liked Darth Vader. Josh is clearing his throat because he hates Darth Vader. All right. So, what nickname does Tony Stark give Thor in the Marvel movie franchise?
Hint, it's the name of a movie.
What nickname does Tony Stark give Thor in the Marvel movie franchise? He slaps his arm, says it, and then that's how he programs the Quinjets.
All I can think of is that it's not Earth's Mightiest Avenger.
It's not. You're right.
Do you need another hint?
It's not the strongest Avenger either.
The movie came out in the early mid-90s. What?
Point Break.
Nailed it. You got it. All right. So you can add the Darth Vader card game to your bounty today, your loot.
I knew it. It just took me a minute.
And then we're right at 8. So, Josh Olive, do you want to talk about anything going on with the store, or do you want to cut into the last question?
Well, yeah. Real quick, store-wise, we have We still have all of our board games on 50% off. We're trying to get those out the door. We also have our trades right now, our buy one, get one of equal or lesser value. That was the lawyer. So yeah, it's if you're looking for some good stories, good reading material, looking for a game to play, yeah, come on out. It's a great time. We've also got some books out that should be coming back in from CGC here real soon, about 15 or 20 of them. Looking forward to popping those up on the shelf. And it's really about it, I guess, for big news right now. I will say Batman 3 Jokers #2 came out this week. That's dark. That is so freaking dark. But it's really, really good.
Do you still have any issues or any copies of the trade paperback of Once and Future?
We have at least one copy of the trade in right now that we sell that real quick. And we've got most of the series in the issues if people prefer the issues in series rather than trades. It's a very good.
I think people that are into Lord of the Rings would actually really like this. It's about if oh man, I can't ever think anymore.
The idea really is what if a white supremacist group tried to bring King Arthur back from the dead on the premise that he would kick all non-whites out of Britain, and he kills them because they're Anglo-Saxons and not Celts, because they're not what he wanted them to be. And then it keeps going past that, and you get the introduction of Beowulf and Merlin. Dude, if you have any interest in English mythology, any of that stuff, Once and Future is spectacular.
I really enjoyed it. And so one of the fun things about it too is that, all of this crazy stuff is happening, and it's got the common action slot stuff, there's lots of AK-47s, there's sword fights, etc. But you've got this grandma running around running the show because she's basically retired since she thought she did her job, and then this insane magic threat comes back, and that's who steps up.
The grandmother is one of the best characters in the last 20 years in comics, easy.
I love that.
Maybe longer.
I think they need more older protagonists in things in general these days. Like, you don't see, it's always the young hero or the little kid from the farm or whatever. Like, I want to see more stories about grandpa and grandpa mixing it up with the baddies, man.
Okay, the grandmother is awesome, and her grandson is kind of like, what if Indiana Jones never left college and he just stayed in academia? He's not the guy who runs around in the jungle and does stuff. He's just the professor. So that's kind of the grandson. I want to see this turned into a movie, and I want Helen Mirren to play the grandmother, and it would be spectacular. I want to see that in the worst way.
So this is one of the covers. It's just a straight-up grandma.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, check it out. It's fun.
Oh, one other thing I did want to bring up comics-wise, and we have it posted on the Haven Facebook page, but yeah, that's accurate. There's a comic book coming up on final order cutoff this Monday, and that is Spawn number 311, and it's a tribute cover to Chadwick Boseman. That's exquisite. It's the cover B. It looks amazing. We just lost Josh. Hopefully he can come back on. But Chadwick Boseman, that is an awesome looking cover. If you want one, we've got a picture of it posted on the Haven page. Let us know before Monday, because that is the cutoff. We have to have all of our orders posted by Monday. So yeah, it's really, really cool. If that's something that floats your boat, let us know. And we'll do that. Give Josh another second to come on, but while he's waiting to come on, you've got some stuff to tell us about, don't you?
Oh yeah. So my main thing I wanted to talk about was the art book that I've got coming out. I do every 2 years. I do basically it's a portfolio. So an artist sketchbook is some things that I would have been proud of over the course of the last 2 years. One thing I've got right now that I can show off is this Dr. Fate. I think this is probably going to end up being the cover. And I'm excited about that. That's probably going to be ready for pre-sale at the end of probably October. Everything's done. I'm waiting for one piece to get colored. So it's a cool thing that I like to do.
Very good.
And it looks like Josh.
Well, shall we cut over to our prize cam for our
let's do that.
Next prize.
And while we do that, I want to go ahead and read Orcs is a game for 2 to 4 players that combines 2 excellent game mechanics that have not been paired before: deck building and tower defense, and has players casting spells, squashing orcs, and rolling up the score in the Orc Squash tournament. So it is a deck building tower defense game. I love the way that was laid out. It's 3 orcs, orc, you, me, and the game. And that sounds super fun to me. I love a good tower defense game.
There you go. Orcs. He's back, ladies and gentlemen, and he's ready to play for some orcs.
Sorry, guys. My power blinked, and so I had to come back.
I thought maybe Stubbs was telling you it was time to go.
Just had a power blink.
All right. So you ready for our final question of the night?
Final question. I'm ready.
All right. Let's get down to it. This is if we were going to give this a category, this would be category film, and a little blast from the past, so to speak. What actor was originally cast as Marty McFly in Back to the Future, but was replaced 3 weeks into filming? What actor was originally supposed to be Marty McFly, but was replaced 3 weeks into filming?
I'm going to guess because I don't really know. But for some reason, I want to say it was John Cusack.
That is a good guess.
That is a good guess. I think he would have made a pretty good Marty McFly, although it's hard to picture anybody being Marty McFly other than Michael J. Fox. But it is not him. And probably it's not him because he would have made a pretty good Marty McFly. This other guy, no, he's wrong. And there's a good reason that they got rid of him. And we got an answer. Whoop. Peter Lewis. Correct.
So it was Eric Stoltz. What has Eric Stoltz done? Why did they get rid of him?
Is he the Super Troopers guy?
He just didn't work for the character, as they realized that during filming. He was in Pulp Fiction. He was also in Say Anything. But yeah, he kind of is a skinny guy that looks a little bit like an angry Seth Green.
So I read a little bit about this just now. They actually started shooting with him, but just shooting some of his shots. So they actually had to replace his shots too. So they must have just realized he didn't work.
Yeah, there's pictures of him like holding up the license plate. And then there's a side-by-side of him next to Michael J. Fox holding up the license plate after it came off the car. I like this, by the way. I'd watch that show. But yeah, congratulations to Peter Lewis, Johnny on the spot there.
Good job.
I kind of want to see a John Cusack version now. I mean, that would have worked. He would have been great. Good guess.
So,
if there was a movie coming out in the 80s, there's a good chance John Cusack was in it.
That's a good guess, right?
It was.
Josh Harrison, you got about a 50% win rate, so that's good. You're going to walk away with some stickers. You're going to walk away with that Domo bottle opener. You're going to walk away with the Child Eating the Frog, the Darth Vader card game, and Captain America #1. So you did well.
Nice.
Actually, that is pretty well. That's not bad at all. Well done. Virtual applause, everyone. But we had some other folks who won some prizes. I know Aaron did. Peter Lewis won a couple of prizes. He had a hot night tonight.
Yeah, Peter Lewis cleaned up.
Who else won prizes from tonight?
Chad Norwood won the Geek Out sticker pack.
Because he got the G.I. Joe question, and Chad Norwood has a place in my heart forever because of that.
Travis Goodwin won my comic book, and that reminds me, I need to send Alan my comic book for him to censor and then have his daughter review.
Remember to censor it first.
Alan's got the comic book. He's got it. He got it from my Kickstarter. But I'm just going to send him another one for him to maim.
Yeah. We'll put it in his box at the store. That'd be a good idea. Well, thank you everybody for jumping on with us tonight. This was a lot of fun. It always is. It's good to see everybody and hang out. Good to see you, lay eyes on you, Josh. It's been a while. Appreciate that. Has anybody got anything they want to say before we sign off? Josh, you got a message you want to give the people?
No, just everybody stay safe and stay sane. I feel like that's a good goal for all of us right now. So.
Josh, what are you building right now for are you doing any new cosplays or?
I am not. I don't really have
You messed
anything.
your shoulder up. You're kind of hosed, aren't you?
Yeah, so I had surgery right at the beginning of the year, and so I've been pretty much isolated all year because of that, but also been in recovery for a while and stuff. I'm good enough to where I could start working on stuff, but there's not really an event to go to work on stuff at the moment. And I generally don't build unless I have something to build it for. But some of my next projects that are coming up, I'm gonna do. I don't know if you guys know the Monster Hunter World, the video game.
Okay.
I want to do a cosplay of the Meowscular Chef. He's basically you have a hunter who has all these things. These basically palicos. They're basically cats, and so he's a giant muscular cat dude with one eye and this giant sword and stuff. And so I want to do that one. And then I'm going to do a version of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Cool.
A couple things like that. So
is that a couple's costume?
Yeah, I think Emily's going to do Belle eventually.
You think?
But
I could see her pulling off a good Linda Hamilton. Oh, you didn't mean that Beauty and the Beast. You meant Disney.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see that.
I've been debating about, I'd like to build another big prop at some point. I'd like to, because I had the Iron Throne and it's made the rounds and it's pretty much retired. I don't plan to bring it out much because, Game of Thrones has kind of died off and is not real big at the moment. So plus it's a hassle to get out and get to places.
I can imagine.
It's but I want to do another big prop of some kind, kind of like our friends recently did the Dune sandworm and took Dragonpon and marched in the parade last year. That was
with that.
Oh yeah, have you not seen that?
Timely too.
Yeah, so
I'll that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll send you some videos of it. It was a bunch of people from Makers Local 256 here. Our friends Jeff and Michelle primarily were working on it, but I'd like to do like a big prop. There's just something about doing like big prop making that's pretty fun to me. So I don't know what my next big prop's going to be though. I thought about doing the one idea I've had was to make a Han Solo in carbonite, but have it made out of those little push pin things to where people could come up and like put their hands and their face into the thing, have the rest of it.
Oh, that's cool.
But have it where they could put themselves in and then take a picture of themselves being frozen in carbonite.
Josh, that sounds awesome. I want that. I keep hearing it's going to be Keanu Reeves.
That would be so good.
He's a little old to be thrown into that because for somebody
man, he's still in tip-top shape and Mark Spector's insane. He would be an old guy who would do this stuff. He'd be like, yeah, whatever. I'll go in there and I'll just go nuts on these people. I would love him in that role.
Hey, he knows how to wield a pencil. Those other superheroes got to watch out.
Everything that Keanu Reeves,
right? They both know how to use a pencil.
Everything Keanu Reeves does, he actually knows how to do though. Like if you've ever seen his his shooting videos where he runs around an obstacle course, he's insane. He's so good at all of it. He really actually knows the martial arts he does on screen.
So what's your argument for him not being Moon Knight again, Jeremy?
He's just a little old. Don't get me wrong. I love Keanu Reeves. There's nobody better than Keanu Reeves at anything. But he's just a little old. That's it. So, like, if you're throwing people into the role, like Chadwick, for instance, like, I'm already, like, it breaks my heart to even bring it up. But if we were to lose somebody in that role, when you have like a 10 movie plan, if it was one role, if like one movie, I could say like confidently he's the guy. But if we're talking about like a long-term thing, will he be able to do that in 10 years? That's all I'm talking about.
I think you have more faith than I do in DC to put together a continuous 10 movie universe.
That's DC. Moon Knight is Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in for the long haul. He's going to be.
Yeah.
Somebody
those guys up forever.
saw this news today that Electro, the Jamie Foxx version of Electro from Spider-Man 2, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, was going to be brought into the MCU.
What?
I hope not. That was awful.
That's a whole bag of worms. We do have the prize cam is showing off something here. We want to. This is from my comic book too.
You better be pretty persuasive there, Mr. Michaels.
This is the ad for Haven Comics from my comic book. So, that reminds me. Seeing this, we never even did our intro video.
Oh yeah, you're right. We can do it as our outro.
Okay. I think moving forward we should do the cup filling one as our outro. Just my opinion.
I'm good with that because then we can all go pee. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, Josh. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad you won some stuff. We'll have all our prizes will be up at the store on Saturday.
Yeah.
So swing by anytime after Saturday to pick them up.
Hey, sounds good. Thanks for inviting me, guys. I had a great time catching up. Hello to everybody.
It was fun to see you.
Yep, appreciate it. You guys all have a good night. Thank you to Lindsay, our special prize cam with her sad Canadian flag now just laying limp. But yes, thank you, Lindsay. Oh, Canada. I feel like we should do that every time. But thank you, Lindsay. You are awesome on the prize cam. And thank you, Jeremy. As always, we had a lot of fun. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love to see you guys.
Yeah. Well, we will play that video as our outro. So good night, everybody. Thanks for joining. And this will make you want to go get something to drink or go output.